giving you his Skype ID.
Is he going to be streaming the game then?
No.
And we would need you in a Skype call, so it's on the stream.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Alright, I'm logging out of Mumble. Okay, so they're just gonna pick the same champions. Sorry, this is kind of awkward, guys, but I really want to go, hey, man.
Alright, no problem.
Hold on, let me, add Michael into this. Alright, and I'm gonna go ahead, I'll continue to host the call, but I'm gonna mute my mic, obviously, and you guys should be able to just take care of this. You guys are both spectating the same game, so, as long as it stays in directed cam, which it should, I'll be able to just, you guys can take over, and whatever is directed cam is going on, it'll focus on, so you guys can handle casting, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Alright.
no problem.
Alright.
Have fun with what you're doing, man.
Alright, yeah, I gotta go, do a 25 question assignment that I neglected to do earlier today, because I forgot about it.
Rip.
Awesome.
Oh.
Alright, well then, have fun with that, sir. We will see you.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and turn down Skype a little bit for the balance, because I'm sure I'll get that. Talk a little bit, guys.
Hey here. Well, will I be continue color casting and then you'll do team fights, I guess?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I like I like these two comps, to be honest. I'm quite excited for it. I think that.
Alright, see you guys.
Yep. See ya. Yeah, I think that I'll just like we'll just talk, like go back and forth in between like the phases, and then I can just shot call, or I can like do the team fights if you want. But on that note,
I can do team fights, but my voice will run dry pretty
oh,
shortly.
that's fine. I understand. Yeah, that's the one thing about like being on a team too. It's just like the amount that you talk all the time is just rough. Like for these guys, they've got like playing 3 games straight. Like it's got to be wearing on them, you know. Like it's underestimated how much it drains on you for playing 3 games straight. So for this last game, I'm quite excited, you know.
That's kind of contradictory to what you say, since being excited about a game of exhausted players.
Well, it's nice. It's nice to see that like GVSU actually has a competitive team, or has a few competitive teams that are willing to like go the long haul and really trying to face each other. Yeah.
Well, this is meant to be more of a fun tournament, but yeah, it's good to see people care about League enough to play together in a tournament format.
How do you feel about these comps, though?
I said it earlier, but I think Tasmanian Devils has a way superior pick and ban.
Me too. I don't know. It's like Swain's nice, but he just takes a long time to scale with his Rod of Ages. Like normally people build Rod of Ages on him, and it takes like 10 minutes. So I'm a little worried that Team Guardian Gaming isn't going to be able to really contribute that much until he finishes that Rod of Ages. Which even then it usually doesn't get finished until about 10 minutes, and then it still has another 10 minutes to scale, you know?
Yeah, Swain's a champion that can't do anything against being overpowered by burst of Cannon, Diana, Corki. Your
And
sustained damage doesn't mean anything if you're already dead.
And Maokai with his ultimate resists a lot of the damage as well. You know, with his AoE damage reduction.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel. I just don't know how I feel about the Swain going to the Maokai. I think that's just going to completely shut him down in a lot of the team fights. He's just not going to be able to get in there, you know? Looking forward to it, though, nonetheless. Looking for a really strong mid-game spike from the Tasmanian Devils with the Kennen, Diana, and Maokai picks with Corki. They're from anywhere from level 9 to 25 minutes is just going to be exceptionally strong, I think.
Yeah, when Corki gets online with Trinity Force, he'll be blowing up anyone Maokai locks down. Diana, like, guess she'll get her Abyssal Scepter first Power Spike, which will be around the same time, I would imagine.
And
The thing I
I
don't
mean,
get is though the Sivir in this comp. Sivir is like the other champions they pick don't really want to run in at the enemy team and blow people up.
no, I'm quite concerned because I mean they picked up the Xerath and then they have a bunch of heavy engagers as well. Like you think that if you pick a Xerath, you want a peel back comp, you know, like to be able to for him to allow him to poke, and they don't really have any way to disengage. If they, other than Sivarol, if Sivarol's down and Tasmanian Devils wants to engage on them,
Yeah,
they have
Thresh
to
is
fight.
not a good peeler. He can lay down box and try and flay people, but you can't really stop a Maokai from keep running in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little worried for the mid game just because I don't know how effective Xerath's going to be with the composition that's laid out. But I mean, it could be effective to be honest too. I mean, if Jarvan and Sivir and Swain get ahead in some way, and Xerath also gets pretty far ahead as well, they can just shove down pretty easily. Siege with Xerath Q and Sivir Q. That'd be kind of nice. Throwing out every once in a while, just a Swain binding. Hopefully, maybe it lands. Every once in a while, throw out a hook. That'd be kind of nice as well. But
All right, we got 30 seconds.
guess we're just gonna have to see how the game develops.
I think this game will come down a lot to mechanical play and outplays. Since Thresh is a really good champion for doing that, he can punish Janna really hard for mispositioning, and that can snowball the lane into Sivir's favor.
Look at this though. Look at the mirror image, the invade at level 1. They both avoided each other almost perfectly. One going to one side of the blue buff, the other one going to the other blue buff, and just
Yeah.
kind of rotating around. Interesting. Quite lucky that they didn't collapse on each other. You can only imagine what would happen at level 1 with these two teams.
Let's see. Well, blue side should have the level 1 advantage, since Janna isn't really a great level 1 champion.
And neither is Kennen unless he starts Q, which he did, but I mean, it's not that effective at level 1. Maokai really doesn't contribute a whole lot either.
Let's see, is Swain gonna punish them for stealing this blue buff? He started stun and locked down Maokai, but Maokai's gonna get it. And should hit level 2. Wait, okay, Kennen did not steal any XP, so yes, Maokai will hit level 2.
And let's see how they react to that. I wonder if they're going to try and invade as well. Looks like he is.
Like Java indeed is going to blue side. And he'll be spotted out by this good ward that was placed, I believe, by Janna, by the ground.
It's really nice to know where the enemy jungler is going to be as well.
Yeah, so and they just swapped blue buffs. Maokai took a little more damage from Swain because of it.
The ends of everything, pretty even game so far. Only 3 minutes in, but just gonna see how the game develops. It looks like the farming is going pretty equal on both sides as well.
Yeah.
How do you think this bot lane is going to turn out to be, though?
Sivir Thresh should win the lane because Thresh has the pressure on Janna with hooks, and Sivir of course can block the phosphorus bomb. Looks like Jarvan's going for a game.
Ooh. And it looks like he's going to try and land a knockup, but didn't quite connect. Good peel back and a lot of damage taken by Jarvan. He's going to lose a little bit of pressure. Looks like there's a gank on the top as well. Are they going to get the first blood on Swain? Looks like a good binding from Swain and a good disengage, and at the end of things, no kills.
Yeah, looks like red side got the advantage though because they actually burned the flash. Well, Maokai actually burned his flash too, but since it's a jungle, it's a better trade for them.
That adds a lot of pressure for the top lane too. It really helps them get ahead, and that's something that's pretty important for the Tahzmanian Devils, is that Kennen actually stays in the game, because if he can scale pretty well into the mid game, their composition is going to come really nicely together, I think.
Yeah, and a Kennen that's behind doesn't really do damage and just flows up.
Kennen taking quite a bit of harass on top lane though. He just lost about a fourth of his life by good binding by Lamont Ari.
At this point, I don't think Kennen really cares too much about his health. He's focusing on shoving in and denying CS. Diana's doing alright in mid lane, but she's already out of mana, which is Not good as a Diana because her Q costs a lot of mana if you spam it out.
Really a risk of going in favor of one way. If if Xerath is able to just free farm for quite a while, they can use that power quite easily in the mid game. Kind of curious to see if he's going to be able to extend his lead at all.
And Rush missed the cannon minion. That's the worst feeling.
I hate that. I feel this is like whenever I play support, I feel so disappointed in myself whenever I'm trying to go for a cannon. I just feel like I let my AD carry down.
Yeah, it's like I don't get the gold, you don't get the gold, no one gets gold. And it looks like the Sivir Rush lane is indeed getting an advantage, partially due to that Jarvan gank burning a decent chunk of Corki's HP. Sivir does beat Corki due to a hard counter spell shield.
Looks like we have a gank lining up on top lane. Jarvan just invaded, didn't find anything unfortunately, but it looks like he's going to look at Kennen. Maybe trying to get a kill on him. Kennen's trying to think about it. He's thinking about warding, and here comes the Jarvan right now. And
Kennen's free because Kennen.
Yeah. Didn't land the EQ, couldn't get a knock-up, couldn't get the
Maokai's
Swain
going
binds.
behind blue side spot lane. He might be able to get them because Thresh is really far pushed up, so he can't land to Sivir to safety.
And
is
but
bad.
unfortunately, Corki had a Valkyrie away. Is not going to be enough damage. Thresh trying to take a little bit of damage, and looks like after the Valkyrie was burned from Corki, they just call off the gank.
Yeah, I
And
didn't realize Corki actually had no mana and going to nowhere close, but free flash.
and on top lane, they did try to dive. Ken got away from it, but they managed to proxy a little bit. They took out one wave, and Kennen lost quite a bit from that. Just falling a little bit behind and experience. I think the Lamont's about a half a bar above him now, but
Yeah, you lost the cannon minion, which kind of sucks, but
Maokai looking for something mid, not really
nah,
finding
he's just
anything.
cleaning up the EXP. It looks like Kennen is going to be going for the Abyssal Scepter instead of Diana. So,
I'm kind of curious to see if
never
there's going to
mind.
be any dragon. Kind of curious to
Diana's
see if there's
going
going
for
to be any.
Abyssal Scepter too. Or is this the dreaded Kennen realize that all LCS casters don't like? Every single time you watch an LCS game, they always complain about a pro picking up Rylai's. Oh.
On a positive note, farm's pretty equal. It looks like Team Guardian Gaming
Corki
is.
got
Oh,
one.
there's a hook landed on Corki. He's going to be able to get away. He's looking for his Valkyrie. He had a flash over the wall, and good job.
Diana's
It looks like
in the back.
ooh, and she's looking for an engage. She didn't land her Q. I don't think that she's going to be able to get the research. She goes in anyways. And is this going to be the first blood? Jarvan going down for first blood. They're going to get Thresh as well. And is he going to be able to get over the wall? No, he did not. 2 kills going in the direction of Tahzmanian Devils. And it looks like they get Dragon Control. Are they actually going to do it, though?
No, they have no mana. They can't do this.
Overall, though, that does help quite a bit. That's going to help the mid lane, Diana, try and finish her Abyssal Scepter. And if she finishes that before Xerath finishes any really good items, that's going to be a lot of power in her favor. I think that Maokai is probably going to look to return into the mid game, or into the mid lane quite a bit if she finishes that before Xerath is able to finish anything.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that a Thresh hook landing on Corki actually baited blue side into death, because Corki got a really good phosphorus bomb off, and blue side stayed too long by that chokehold by red side's blue buff, allowing Diana to creep behind them and jump on Jarvan.
That was a really good flank by Diana.
Yeah,
Just-
unfortunately, Xerath didn't notice the roam and couldn't follow her, because Diana's quite threatening inside of a brush.
Kind of curious to see if there's going to be any return back to the jungle. Looks like blue team is just trying to get a little bit of wards on it, trying to see if they're going to, just to make sure that Tahzmanian Devils isn't going to do it. But I'm kind of curious if there's going to be another dragon fight pretty soon here, because both teams are pretty strong at this point in the game, to be honest. Very viable, in my opinion.
Yeah. As you said earlier, I would imagine a mid lane gank would be the crucial step into securing Dragon, or if Jarvan actually tries to gank top, I would like to see Tasmanian Devil punish them by taking drag. Looks like Maokai is just gonna go for a crab and get that 80 gold.
It looks like Thresh is looking for something, maybe.
He
Nope, he's
can't
not
do
gonna
anything. His jungle is at top side, Seraph mid lane. You don't want to
Yeah,
run into him, okay.
Good control there. That's pretty important for the next 2 minutes. I believe it's 2 minutes, isn't it?
About.
Yeah. It's really good for the next 2 minutes to be able to get the skull crab there, because that means that they have a little bit of dragon control all the way up until 11:50, and